Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? See my man GG up in here early. What's good, man? Can you hear me good? GG, can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, man. Let me know if y'all can hear me up in here. Hey, Mala2243. Mala, can you hear me? My man James Daggs up in here. Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. All right. Y'all can hear me. Good. Who else up in here? Doing live productions. DB, J Jerk, Leighton Evelyn up in here. Flower up in here. St. Cruisin'. Who else up in here, man? My man Taylor up in here. BC. BC says, I told you Fujimoto was a record fraud. Yeah, man. What's good, Steve? All right, let me just click on this real quick. And I think I'm going to come back because I don't want to talk about this fight and people may read this title and not even know I'm talking about Charlo versus Harrison. So I'm going to do this one real quick and I'm going to come back and I'm going to click on Charlo versus Harrison before that fight takes place tonight. All right, so with Daniel Dubois, took care of business. You know what I mean? There's no, we knew he was going to do this. We knew he was going to go in there and take care of business. So one thing I was impressed with, although I knew he was a heavy favorite, I knew he was going to knock Fujimoto out. Pretty much, well, not just me, but a lot of us knew that Fujimoto's best chance is to get on the inside, throw short punches because he has short arms. And when you watch his fights, his most success is on the inside. Or if he is on the outside, he's able to pot shot the opponents that he was facing to this point, okay? I knew he doesn't have the quickness advantage. He's not going to be able to pot shot a guy like Dubois because I knew Dubois would use his jab like he did. It was an effective jab. Even knocked Fujimoto down. It was a good, well-placed time jab. He stepped in, hard thudding jab. He actually knocked Fujimoto down when Fujimoto was trying to jab him. So, knocked him out with a jab. He was just a sitting duck, man. He was just a sitting. The dude was like in no man's land because he cannot box from the outside and he doesn't want any of that work with Dubois on the inside. So he was like a sitting duck, man. But it was good jab. I like Dubois' patience. I'm glad it was good to see him not going there and try to rush things, but he was being very patient. But I knew once he seen blood, he was going to go for the kill. Okay, and then the right hand, it was well placed, well timed. Um, the setup was great. And Fujimoto couldn't deal with that right hand, obviously, right? Because he knocked him out. He couldn't even deal with the left hand. And once I seen he had a hard time just dealing with the jab, and the right hand didn't even land yet. And I was like, oh, man, it's really, I knew it was curtains before the fight, but it's really curtains now. If he can't even deal with the left hand, if he can't even bob and weave the jab or sidestep the jab or counter the jab, if he just getting, and then start getting knocked down by the jab and the right hand ain't even landed yet, yeah, get him the oxygen tank. Get him the oxygen mask because he's going to need it. And he did. Good thing he got up and he was all right. Don't want to joke too much about that because I want to see all these men go home to their families, man. You know what I mean? But he got hit with a right hand from Hill that would have made Deontay Wilder blush. And the dude, as soon as he hit the ground, the ref just waved it. Wasn't no reason to count. The dude was out of there. Now, that's pretty much what I saw. He landed some good body shots. Yeah, he landed some good body shots in there as well. Fujimoto just a sitting duck. This is why I be saying, y'all, that sometimes, and I clicked on this earlier, I was going off earlier about these rankings sometimes, man. Fujimoto was rated, and I think I said the WBA, but I meant to say the WBO. He had been rated by the WBO for like a year straight in the top 7. And I used to sit there, because I remember when he was going to be a possible opponent for Joseph Parker, when Parker had the WBO strap. And I was sitting there like, man, top 10 in WBO or not, he's not no top 10 fighter, man. And it showed. Okay, but off that, now Joe Joyce was there. You know how they do in the UK after the fights, guys will come up literally ringside, and I like how the UK does it. I think that's tight. When a possible opponent or the next opponent comes up and they have them like by the steps by the ring, and they come up and start talking. I love that setup. I love that setup how they do it in the UK. So Joe Joyce has to get past Marco Huck. Frank Warren was there saying, so I want to see that one. And I'm going to pick Dubois to win that fight, man. I do think Joyce is very durable. and I want to see because he's going to eat some leather from Dubois. Oh yeah, he will eat some leather early, but how much leather can he just continue to eat? And Dubois passed the color. His we thought that the Nathan Gorman fight was going to be a tough test, and he passed it with flying colors. You know what I mean? So can Joyce be the next stepping stone? I think he is quicker. I think he has better fundamental skill set. I think he's, if not more powerful, just as powerful. It'll come down to physicality and battle of attrition. Because I think Joyce is not gonna try to sit there and try to just outbox him. I think he's gonna put pressure on Dubois. But that's the thing. Joyce will be trying to walk down a power puncher, man. And the dude does not move his head all that well. Speaking of Joyce, um, I know he spars someone who's who, Anthony Joshua and Stavern and Brazil and Tyson Fury. I'm pretty sure him and Dubois probably sparred. I know he sparred some everybody. Silver medal in the Olympics. I know all about Joe Joyce, but in a professional fight with Daniel Dubois, um, I see Dubois beating him, and I think there's just too many openings for Dubois. It's like a kid in the candy. It's like me taking my youngest son who's sitting right here, taking him to Target in the toy aisle and say pick out a toy. His eyes are gonna light up. Hey man, there's 37 of y'all in here, only 6 thumbs up, man. Y'all go hit that thumbs up button. You know what I mean? I've been cooking for like 6 minutes. Y'all hit that. Now it's 41 people. Hit that thumbs up, y'all. You know what I mean? Give me a Daniel Dubois right hand. He land on Fujimoto that thumbs up. All right, but that's what I think Dubois' eyes will light up when he sees Joyce in front of him with all those damn openings. Like, oh, I can land an overhand right. Damn, I can land he's just right there open for my jab. Damn, he just right there open for my left hook, my uppercut, my body shots. His eyes are going to light up. We just need to see when leather starts to come back at him. Now he showed in the Kevin Johnson fight that, hey man, this guy's slippery. I'm gonna I'm gonna stick behind my jab. I'm gonna win the fight like this. So he has shown some patience and poise. You know what I mean? Um, it's one thing to show patience and poise when a guy's just being slippery, not really throwing back, trying to survive and hold on and all that. Then there's another thing to show patience and poise when the guy might meet you with physicality and he's just as big and strong, you know what I mean? At least looking at the guys side by side and knowing who Joyce is as a fighter, how would Dubois deal with somebody being just as physical with him in the ring? I want to see where his poise is at when some leather is coming back. When you land your big shot and the guy don't hit the mat and go to sleep. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much it, man. I mean, no reason to go too long on this. See what you guys are saying real quick, man. Then I'm gonna come back, like I said, and talk about Charlo and Harrison. Um, Let me see. See what y'all talking about real quick before I hop off. Yeah, man. Then I'm gonna get to F.A. Jagba's fighting. I won't be able to do that right after. I'll probably get to Jagba post fight and the Harrison and Charlo, depending on how exciting it is. Then I might go live again like 2 in the morning or something like that. But if not, I'm gonna cook on it tomorrow. But if it's something exciting that happens, man, where it's crazy explosive, I might go live at 2 in the morning. But let me see here. Um, Doing live production says he forgot it was today. Let me see. Steven Zalika was good, bro. Um, Doing live production says Fujimoto is old anyway. Just that, um, just too many deficiencies coming into this fight, man. Just doesn't have an advantage at anything. Only thing he had advantage at is uh being able to get punched and not fire nothing back, and that's a disadvantage. I mean, he didn't have the advantage in no category at all. Not quickness, being a smaller guy, maybe he's quicker. He just didn't have an advantage in anything. BC said Dubois was looking sharp. My man Dago Cali 619 says Dubois is the king of the UK. Mala 2243 says will be interesting to see Dubois over the next 18 months. I agree. Doing live production says Fujimoto trying to find paydays. He was hyping this so hard. He even said he's going to knock him out. And then during their presser yesterday, man, Fujimoto looked like he was damn near 6'5". When him and Dubois was standing right next, was that the Thursday presser when they were standing right next to each other, like face to face? I was like, man, this dude must got some like something in his shoes, man. He damn near was just as tall as Dubois at that presser. I literally had to pause it, like, what? Like, what the fuck did he grow? Like, I thought Fujimoto was like 6 feet 6'1". Once they got in that ring, you can tell the size different though. BC says Fujimoto looked terrible to me on the eye test before and struggling with bums. And then ain't it ironic that the shot that put him to sleep against Solomon Haumanu was pretty much the same type of right hand that put him to sleep tonight. Susceptible getting hit with right hands because he stands straight up in the pocket. He isn't a guy that likes to bob and weave and be a smaller. He fights tall and he's a shorter guy by heavyweight standards, and he fights tall. Like he just stands straight up like he's 6'7" or something. You know what I mean? He needs to make himself shorter, in my opinion, at least. Corner Girl 66, salute. Okay, Leighton. That's what I thought, man. Joyce and Dubois have sparred a lot. Joyce pretty much sparred some of everybody, too, man. Um, I agree. Joyce is very, yeah, that's one thing about, that's why I like to say he's very durable. There's something that got him this far. Yes, he is like horrifically slow, man, but there's something that has got him this far as the amateurs and having some success at pros, beating Jennings, beating Stavern. I mean, you got to have something. And he's durable and he's strong as hell, man. He keeps coming. He's like the Dorsal, what's that, the Dorsal bunny? Beating the drums. You know what I mean? The old school commercials back in the 80s. But he's kind of like that, man. You know what I mean? But I mean, when you get in there with somebody that can really throw some leather, not to say that the guys he has fought couldn't, but guys that are known for knockouts, it's going to be hard to just keep coming and coming and coming. You know what I mean? I've seen guys do it, but that's a tough way to make a living, man. Um, Leighton Evelyn says Dubois has been chin checked. Yeah, I remember the fight against was it Larte? But I'm talking about guys that are viewed as higher level fighters than Richard Larte. You know what I mean? I know Nathan Gorman. I thought Gorman was going to be the test, and he just maybe he just passed the test with flying colors, like I said. But I'm talking about somebody like that is looked at as higher level heavyweights, though. Yes, I know Larte and shit. A punch is a punch. You dig what I'm saying? But Larte probably doesn't have the finishing capabilities of these higher rated guys. And, a lot of heavyweights can just land a good punch, but I'm talking about guys that have the finishing capabilities and that are known to just really get you up out of there. James Dagg says, "Who can Fujimoto beat? All the journeymen that he beat. Fujimoto's like a guy that can just beat journeymen. You know what I mean? And he might struggle against some higher level journeymen, like a Kamil Sokolowski or something like that. Shit, Fujimoto, and to be honest with you, he probably wouldn't even have won that tournament that just took place. The the Ultimate Boxer that Nick Webb won. I wouldn't even have picked him to win that. And I'm being dead honest with you. And he has pretty much, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even picked him to win that last week. Being dead honest, not even trying to be funny. All right, y'all, that's it on this, man. I just wanted to get this out there as people hear my opinion about what the kid did. I'm gonna come right back, man. Talk about Charlo versus Harrison, and let me see. Teo Kamalafi says still waiting for Wilder to face these young prospects. He's going back to back with Fury to avoid everyone else. Brother, brother, let me just say this. Okay, that's your opinion. Like I say, man, nobody's opinion holds any dominion over mine. But let me just give you some food for thought, bro, and you do the dishes, all right? Listen to what you're saying, bro. You just said that Deontay Wilder is avoiding prospects to face a guy who is looked at as a top three undefeated heavyweight. Let me say that one more time. Deontay Wilder is avoiding 10 and 0, 11 and 0, 8 and 0, 12 and 0 prospects to fight an undefeated top three heavyweight again. Does that look? I ain't. Come on, man. That doesn't make any sense, bro. That doesn't even make any sense. I'm not even gonna cook on that, man. Look, I'm not even gonna cook on that. I'm not gonna cook on that, man. I'm gonna just let that one go. My man official AJ, he says, do we consider this a step up fight for Dubois? I do. I don't, bro. Now, if you're the type that just goes by rankings and well, he's rated number 7, he's rated number 6. I'm a guy. Yes, I'll do that sometimes, depending on the argument or depending on what information you trying to get from me or that we're talking about. But realistically, bro, Fujimoto is not a top 10 heavyweight. And the WB, all these rankings have some suspect rankings, man. Just like Tom Schwartz was never a number 4 heavyweight. I know Tom Schwartz was like rated number 4 or 3 by the WBO for like damn near a year. Fujimoto, Freza Kendo, BJ Flores, Guillermo Jones. I mean, some of these rankings makes no sense. Severn was like even after the second Wilder loss was still like rated by the WBC top 12 or something like no. So no, I don't consider this. To me, I think the Nathan Gorman was more of a step up fight to Fujimoto or yeah than Fujimoto. Hell, I think Kevin Johnson was more of a step up fight, bro. Now, is Fujimoto looked as a higher level guy than some obscure 13 and 43 journeyman? Well, of course. But no, I don't consider this a step up at all. Not I don't consider it a step up at all. Bob Weaver, I don't even know where he is on BoxRec, bro. Trick Nolte, what's good, man? The boxing spreadsheet says Daniel Dubois will beat everyone in the UK. The only one has a chance is Fury. And the dude that said that about Wilder avoiding all the prospects to fight Fury in a rematch, that just sounds crazy. But I will say this, I will give you this. Sometimes with prospect level guys, you have to throw them in there sometime just to see if they can sink or swim. So I do. So I will say that because Otto Wallen did it with Tyson Fury. Ironically, Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury is a top 3 heavyweight, bro. That doesn't make sense. If 2 of the top 3 guys are fighting each other, that doesn't make sense to say, oh, he's avoiding the prospects to fight a top 3 guy. That doesn't even sound right. Yeah, Trick Noty. You asked me, so you talk mostly on the heavyweight shit. More than mostly, bro. Pretty much 99.9% of the time. I'm going to end this live stream in a minute here and come back and talk about Charlo Harrison. But yeah, bro, I talk not only Wilder, Fury, and AJ. I talk obscure journeymen, prospects, guys that are fighting in the amateurs at super heavyweight right now, the Olympics. I talk about all that type of stuff, man. Sometimes I talk about the 60s and 70s, the history, old school fights. Um, I get behind my heavy bag sometime and break down the fights as far as what I see stylistically. Heavyweights from different eras is pretty much heavyweights. I've been doing it for. I usually see you on my man BFTB's channel. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro, I've been on here. I've been this channel I started 5 years ago, but my first channel I started in 2009 or 2009 2010. So I've been on here talking heavyweights for over like 10, 11 years now. So yeah, I pretty much. I was talking about I was doing post fights on Povetkin versus Marius Wach. You know what I mean. So Vitaly Klitschko versus Solis. You know what I mean. So yeah, that's what I do, bro.
Weaver says that Fujimoto is 94 fun bucks with 94.
Um, Mark Wonderlick in the house. What's good, bro? Utah in the house. What's up, man? Braveheart. The top 2 prospects in my opinion are Herkovic and Dubois. Those are the guys that I like the most. There's a plethora of guys out there though, but those are the guys that I think have the most potential. And I could be wrong, but we're gonna let this thing play out. We're gonna roll the dice, and they're gonna fall where they may. You know what I mean? Flo says the best prospect to him is Tony Yoko's another good one. All right, y'all. Let me see. Marv Man up in here. He says, salute Mr. Boxing today in the chat. Dubois just collected a belt, which is good for the 22-year-old. Agreed to fight. He says, agreed to fight. Warren calling out uh, Joyce's trainer looked a bit staged, in my opinion.
Maybe you
Trick
should turn the TV on.
Trick Noty says, why?
Because somebody said they can hear it.
Well, shit, if they can hear me, then we should be all good. But what my man say? Trick Noty says, do you hold on, he asked me do you give your email to the chat? Nah, bro, that's a BFTB. I let BFTB do his thing, man. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of guys that do that, but nah, I just usually just cook, man. Just usually cook on these heavyweights. But nah, I don't do that. Um, all right, y'all. I'll be back. Salute to my man Reggie Owens. I'm gonna come right back, and my man Haplo type up in here. I'm gonna come right back, and we're gonna talk about Harrison versus Charlo, man. So y'all give me 1 second. I'll be right back.